You're tired of reacting, tired of the anger that hijacks your mouth before your mind catches up, tired of scrolling when you meant to sleep, tired of avoiding the conversations that matter because fear whispers louder than purpose. You want control, not over others, over yourself. 2,000 years ago, the Stoics built a system for exactly this. They called it arete, excellence of character, and they organized it around four pillars, four virtues that, when practiced daily, transform you from reactive to sovereign. These aren't abstract ideals, they're mental technologies, trained responses, disciplines that turn chaos into clarity. The Stoics named them wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. Today you're going to learn all four, not as philosophy, as practice. By the end of this video, you'll have a framework you can deploy this week, tomorrow morning. The next time your boss insults you, your coworker betrays you, your fear paralyzes you, or your phone owns your attention. Let's start where the Stoics always started, with the mind's ability to see clearly. The Stoics meant wisdom practically, the ability to see things as they are, not as emotion distorts them. Epictetus called it the ruling faculty, the ability to observe your thinking before it controls you. Here's what it looks like. Your boss insults you in a meeting. Publicly, everyone hears it. Your face burns, your fists clench, words form in your throat, sharp, cutting words designed to humiliate him back. And here's where most people fail. They react instantly. And 30 seconds later, after the adrenaline fades, they realize, I just torched my reputation because I couldn't pause. The Stoics called these moments impressions, external events that crash into your nervous system demanding a response. Your boss's insult is an impression. The anger is an impression. The urge to speak is an impression. None of those are in your control. The Stoic practice. The 3-second filter. Epictetus taught his students one question. Is this in my control or not? Your boss's words, not in your control, external, but your character's response, your decision to speak or stay silent, that's internal, that's yours. This is wisdom, the practiced ability to distinguish between what belongs to you and what doesn't. The filter between stimulus and reaction. Why this matters without wisdom, the other three virtues are impossible. You can't act justly if you're reacting emotionally. You can't act courageously if you haven't assessed reality. You can't practice temperance if every craving hijacks you instantly. Wisdom is the foundation. This week, practice the 3-second rule. When something triggers you, pause for 3 seconds. Ask, is this mine to control? If it's external, let it pass. If it's internal, choose consciously. Wisdom isn't something you have. It's something you practice, one pause at a time. Justice, for the Stoics, was recognizing your interconnectedness with others and acting accordingly. Marcus Aurelius, what is not good for the hive is not good for the bee. You are part of a community. To act against it is to act against your nature. Justice keeps you aligned with that reality, the scenario. Your coworker takes credit for your work. Again, 3rd time. You stayed late, solved the problem, and in the meeting they presented it as their own. Your body responds instantly, jaw locks, rage floods, you fantasize revenge. Most people obsess. Hours become resentment. They replay the betrayal on loop. They carry bitterness everywhere. Within weeks, they hate coming to work. The Stoic reframe, Marcus Aurelius. Those who do wrong act in ignorance of good and evil. Your coworker doesn't wake up thinking, today I will betray my nature. They wake up confused. They genuinely believe taking credit helps them. That status is the highest good. They're wrong, but they don't know they're wrong. This is Stoic justice. People who act unjustly are acting from ignorance, not malice. The Stoic practice. Instruct or tolerate. Marcus gave a 2-step formula. Step 1, can you instruct them kindly? If yes, do it. Step 2, if not, tolerate patiently, because your anger is also contrary to your nature. To hate another human being is to act against what makes you human. Then Marcus adds, the best revenge, don't become like them. Your integrity is the revenge. Your refusal to descend into bitterness is the victory. The practice. This week, identify one person who tests your justice. The coworker, the family member. Reframe. They're acting from ignorance, not evil. Then ask, Can I instruct kindly? If not, can I tolerate patiently? Justice isn't being a doormat, it's maintaining character despite others' confusion. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the will to act virtuously despite fear. Seneca, true courage masters fortune's violence. The email sits in your inbox, client complaint, serious. You know you need to call, apologize, fix it, have the difficult conversation, but your body won't let you. Chest tightens, hands go cold, stomach knots. Every time you reach for the phone, your mind conjures disaster. They'll yell, they'll leave, I'll lose everything, so you don't call. Tomorrow becomes next week becomes a pattern. You're not just avoiding one conversation, you're building an entire life around fear. Seneca knew fear is just an impression and a mistaken opinion that something external is terrible. Your body responds to the impression of threat. Heart races, palms sweat, that's biology. But your will, your rational faculty, that part remains unconquered. No client can take your character. No difficult conversation can destroy your virtue. The only thing that can harm you is acting cowardly. The Stoic practice. Act while afraid, Epictetus taught. When you avoid something because it appears terrible, ask, is this in my control or not? If not, it is nothing to you. The client's reaction, not in your control. The outcome, not in your control. But your decision to act with integrity, that's in your control. That's everything. Courage isn't eliminating fear. It's recognizing that fear, the racing heart, is just your body's commentary, not the truth about reality, then acting anyway. This week, identify one feared conversation, the apology, the boundary, the truth. Have it while your hands shake, while your chest tightens. Act despite fear. That's courage. Every time you do it, you prove the will is unconquerable. Temperance is reason ruling appetite, the capacity to create a gap between craving and action. Epictetus, do not be pulled by the strings like a puppet. Every unexamined impulse is a string. Every yielded craving is a chain. Your phone vibrates, you're focused, writing, reading, thinking, but your hand moves before your brain decides. You check it. Notification. Dopamine hits. You swipe. Another, one more swipe. 20 minutes vanish. You blink, disoriented, unsure how you got from one quick check to scrolling strangers' vacation photos. Minutes become hours, hours become days, days become years. You're not choosing this. The algorithm is. Your attention, your most valuable resource, is being auctioned. And you're letting it happen. The Stoics viewed the body as temporary, a vessel subordinate to reason. Your body wants comfort, pleasure, immediate gratification. That's its job. It's designed to crave. But the hierarchy, reason commands, the body obeys. When that reverses, when appetite rules and reason justifies, you become enslaved, not to other people, to your own urges. The Stoic practice, the 3-second pause. Temperance is built in the gap between stimulus and response. Notification vibrates, your hand reaches. Temperance inserts 3 seconds between the two. Stimulus, pause, conscious choice. In that pause, do I actually want to check this? Or is this reflex? Most of the time, it's reflex, the puppet dancing. In that recognition, you have choice. Check it consciously or set it down. The practice. This week, pick one impulse, phone, snack drawer, snooze button. Before yielding, pause 3 seconds. Ask, am I choosing this or is it choosing me? The Stoics knew. Temperance requires daily training. Small wins, repeated, until the pause becomes automatic. Every pause strengthens reason's command. Every choice cuts another string. The 4 virtues aren't separate. They're one system. 4 angles on living well. Wisdom helps you see clearly. Justice aligns your actions with others. Courage gives you will to act. Temperance ensures impulse doesn't hijack you. Remove one, and the others collapse. Without wisdom, you can't practice justice. You'll just react. Without justice, courage becomes reckless aggression. Without courage, temperance becomes cowardly avoidance. Without temperance, wisdom is theory. You'll know what's right and do what's easy. Character isn't one thing. It's 4 disciplines practiced daily until automatic. Your practice this week, Monday, Tuesday, wisdom. 3-second filter before reacting. Wednesday, Thursday, justice. Reframe one person as ignorant, not evil. Friday, Saturday, courage. Have one feared conversation. Sunday, temperance. Pause 3 seconds before one impulse. By next week, you'll have touched all four, and you'll notice they reinforce each other. This is the Stoic life. Not perfect, not easy, but sovereign. The final question. Which virtue is hardest for you right now? Wisdom? Pausing before reacting? Justice? Seeing ignorance instead of malice? Courage? Having conversations you're avoiding? Temperance? Mastering impulses that own you? Comment below. Tell me which. Tell me why. Marcus Aurelius was the most powerful man in Rome, and every night he wrote, "Have I practiced the virtues today?" The emperor questioned himself daily. So can you. The virtues don't work in theory, they work in the gap between stimulus and response. In the 3 seconds before you react, in the moment you choose character over comfort, that's where you build yourself, not in grand gestures, in small moments, repeated daily. Now go practice.